Varsity Club? Welcome back to another Madden 20 Face of the Franchise episode. Again, this is presented by EA Game Changers. A big shout out to them for bringing me down so I can capture some early footage for you guys. Now look, we've been doing pretty well, and Coach John Gruden hits me up and says, look, short week ahead of us is going to be hard to get the offense mentally prepared. We want to emphasize rest or preparation. Look, I'm a guy that likes to sleep. I'm emphasizing rest over preparation in this instance, but how does that actually impact our team? So I go ahead and tell Coach that. He says, I don't know, Douglas, the offense kind of struggled last game, but I think you're right. I don't want to push these guys too much. So we get a +7 morale boost for our entire offense, which is good news. I'm calling the boys right now, like, yo, look, I got you a little bit of a boost right now. We should be okay. Now, before this game, we have skipped ahead again to week number 10 at this point. Derwin James is out here talking a little bit of trash, saying we're going head-to-head this week. The quarterback ever facing him has done really well. So I go ahead, hit him up with something saying, I welcome the challenge. Crushing dudes like you is what got me to the NFL. And he says, okay, I appreciate the cockiness, but you gotta get 250 yards total offense to, beat this challenge. So I do have some attribute skill points to use. We're gonna use the improviser. The first one, now an 80 overall in that category, +1 to break sack and accuracy for short. Get a little bit of a boost elsewhere. And again, I can go back to scrambler, field general, strong arm, and improviser. Rambler is kind of what I was thinking, but I went back to improviser because I think that's where I want to improve the most. It is kind of where the offense is focused. You get +2 to throw on run, and I'm ready to go now. We are heading here back home to take on the Chargers. Your boys hype in the face of the NFL for the young quarterbacks. Not, obviously the old quarterbacks still got me. Brady, Rodgers, Phillip Rivers, all those guys are still ahead of me. But me, as one of the young quarterbacks, I'm the face of that side of the league. Not even over Baker Mayfield, except for the fact that I forgot to actually pitch the option here, so I end up taking a loss for 3. If you guys are excited for more episodes like this and you want to see more, make sure you guys hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe too. That stuff helps me out a ton. Let's try and get 3,000 likes on this episode, and I'll keep dropping more fire. Now here I'm feeling the pressure from Bosa. Bosa's already been in the backfield, so I go ahead and run over here across the middle. Bosa chases me to get that. On first and 10 here, I'm running again. Look, great block by Kendricks across the middle, and we got another first down. I'm moving back under center. 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Doug Martin in the backfield, the muscle hamster. He's gonna throw a nice block for me. I'm throwing one deep. We got Kendricks wide open. Look, you throw a block for me, Kendricks, I'm gonna find you open on the next play, and we're inside the red zone. The pump fake's looking pretty good here. Across middle, we find Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown is into the end zone, and just like that, we got 6 points, soon to be 7, just like my jersey number on the board. Now the Chargers do score. They're up 10-7 now, and Joey Bosa, let's just say we're gonna get well acquainted with him. That's his first sack of the day, and I got a feeling plenty more coming. Now, in the face of pressure, I throw a dot here, but we get hit pretty hard from our receiver. Now 3rd and 3. And pressure coming off all types of different edges. We go to the right-hand side, and who else but Tyrell Williams, wide open. He gets to beat his chest off that. His 4th touchdown of the season, and I don't even know how many I've thrown at this point, but it's a whole lot more than I anticipated. Now, Bosa hits me a little late here, but speaking of getting hit, Antonio Brown gets destroyed. This man is getting up slower than molasses right now. Davis picks up the fumble, and Antonio Brown, they're like, yo, bro, you okay? And he's like, I'm going to get the quarterback back because he left me out to dry. And he's not wrong. I threw a pass across the middle that didn't put him in a good spot, and I end up taking the pain from Derwin James himself as he knocks me down on 2nd and goal. On 3rd and goal, I'm stepping back up in the pocket here. We got some room, and I fumbled. You've got to be kidding me. I'm so close to getting into the end zone, but honestly, I took way too many hits there. When you take that many hits, you're going to be prone to fumble. My 2nd fumble of the day, which isn't good. So here in the 3rd quarter, again, we're moving into the 2nd half. We're down 10 points. The Chargers are cooking, and they're cooking with fire now. They pick me off. You've got to be kidding me. I am a turnover machine. All this trash talk pregame to Derwin James is going down the toilet. I'm not happy with myself, and the Chargers are going to walk in here with a W. Bosa sacked me too many times. They picked me off a couple of times. I fumbled. John Gruden said, look, you said you want to emphasize rest over preparation, but we weren't prepared at all. Phillip Rivers was prepared, though. Almost 200 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. And because of that, the Chargers are going to walk out of here with a W. Recapping the stats, I was 15-22, 228 yards through the air. 2 touchdowns is good. 3 interceptions, not so much. Melvin Gordon almost had 100 yards, no touchdowns for him. I went 11 for 78. But again, 2 fumbles are really what hurt my team at the end of the day. Lance Kendricks led everybody for 6 for 127. We also saw Antonio Brown go 3 for 38. He did get injured in the game. He will be eligible to play in the following week. Tyrell Williams also scored. But man, those picks, they got the best of me. So after the game, you already know, Derwin James is blowing up my phone. It's a good game, no hard feelings, can't win them all, but keep your chin up. It's not you. The quarterback succeeds against me. You know what? He's honestly not wrong at that point. He talked all the trash before the game, and so did we. We have now lost 6 straight. Before that, it was 5 straight, and because of that loss, we have now lost 6 straight games. We are on one heck of a slide, and the Jets are a team that I'm hoping we can beat. They're not very good. They've won less games, I think, than we have won at this point. Antonio Brown is back and healthy. Doug Martin doesn't really get the ball that much, but here's a good look at the New York Jets' new uniforms, by the way. I'm digging the black and the green. I think it's a really cool color scheme. I feel like the Jets get new uniforms more than anybody almost right now. They're like the Oregon Ducks of the NFL. Here in a play action fake, your boy's gonna run to the right-hand side. That looked pretty good so far. We're gonna try to get out here with the juke move. Last week, it was 133 in Derwin James. This week, it's another 33 Jamal Adams. And just like that, we fumbled again. I don't know what's going on right now. I need gloves. I need to put gloves on my quarterback because I am fumbling nonstop. Maybe going into season number 2, I'll put on multiple gloves. I just fumbled again. You've got to be kidding me. I have fumbleitis. How many times can one guy fumble the football? I mean, hopefully no more. So here we're rolling out to the right-hand side. I am going to find, looks like Ryan Grant on that one. Grant's going to hold that one in. 3 minutes left here in the first. Again, the Jets are already up, and we fumbled again. Same guy on the last one makes us fumble. The Jets are going to recover it. And they have the ball in prime position. They are obviously going to score there. They have a 14-0 lead. I'm paranoid beyond belief right now. I'm running. I'm trying to get out of bounds if possible. I just don't want to take any more hits because every time I get hit, it seems like I'm honestly just fumbling the football. So back here, we're actually going to hand the ball off. Jaron Richard is going to go for about 6 or 7 on that carry. 2nd and 5 now after Richard gets a solid carry. Moving out to the left-hand side, we got a guy floating wide open. We're going to throw it to Hunter Renfrow. Renfrow is going to haul that one in, and he's going to keep it inside. We're in the red zone, I think, for the first time today. Now throwing a ball that maybe could have been picked off, but Avery Williamson was not paying attention, and all of a sudden you can tell your boy's been playing Fortnite because we're hitting too many of those dances. But we are going to get a touchdown, bring us within 1 score, but the Jets get a field goal of their own, which makes it a 10-point game. Now with everybody going deep downfield, sitting back in coverage, I'm going to go ahead and run, and most importantly, I'm going to slide. 3 rushes, 55 yards. We'll look past the fumbles if I keep doing that well. And with a lot of pressure in my face, we're going to find our guy on the right-hand side. That is just good enough for the first down, and we'll celebrate with that. Moving again. First half winding down. We're going deep. We got Antonio Brown, mono. Antonio Brown with the Willie Mays-esque catch. That was going to be a huge passing touchdown. We needed that one. Our season is on the ropes. We basically have to win every single game from here on out if we want to be playoff eligible or make sure that we are in the playoffs. Not looking very optimistic right now. The pressure is everywhere. I dump it off here to our guy. He's going to get hit. Lance Kendricks. Are you kidding me? Another fumble. So it's not just me. Everyone on our team is fumbling. Randy Gregory is somehow still in the NFL. He gets the fumble recovery. And now we're here down 10 points in the third quarter. A minute left. I'm going to throw a dot here, Lance Kendricks. I'm not giving up on him. He's fumbled. He's had some bad plays. But he's thrown some solid blocks, made some big catches, and he gets a big one there to bring us within 3. The Jets get a field goal again. So now they're only up 6 points. We throw a dot here again. Probably could have been picked off. Ryan Grant's going to haul it in. But now Ryan Grant is going to be injured. Injuries haven't hit us too hard this year, but we've had a couple of guys get out for a quarter or 2, and obviously that's not ideal. Now a dot is thrown here to AB, but it's punched out at the last second. So they have 200 yards passing. I have 3 passing touchdowns, but the fumbles aren't ideal. And we take a bad sack here by CJ Mosley, the newest New York Jet, I believe. His 2nd sack of the day, 5th of the season. I mean, we're making that dude's stats look pretty good right now. Well, pass is thrown deep again. Antonio Brown, one-on-one coverage, and just barely gets in front of the cornerback to give us that one. Back in the red zone. We've been pretty good there, and AB saying, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? It's coming. First and 10 again, stepping up in the pocket. Great pass protection. We go through the middle with a slide, and we're 8 yards shy of 100 yards on the game. 2nd and 1 after the run. Moving to the right, cutting back to the middle a little bit. We're using our legs a little bit. We juke. We didn't fumble. Probably thought a fumble was coming there. No fumble is going to happen, though, in my hopes. First to go here across the middle. We got a guy in Antonio Brown. We got him hit pretty hard like earlier. But he's not injured. He didn't fumble. I'm like, wait, is that a touchdown? It is. And we're going to have a 1-point lead after the extra point. Unfortunately, the Jets are going to march down the field. They get a field goal, so they're going to walk out of here with the game in their hands. And it's not a good feeling, man. Le'Veon Bell ran all over us. 129, 3 touchdowns in the day. I thought I was playing pretty well. Our defense, though, let us down, in my opinion. I was 19 to 27, 300 plus yards, 4 touchdowns, not a single interception. It's great news. On the ground, though, was different. I fumbled not once, not twice, but 5 times. I don't want to talk about it. On the receiving side, Antonio Brown, 5 for 120, 3 touchdowns for him. We relied on him heavily. I think only Lance Kendricks is the other guy that got a touchdown reception for us, but we got destroyed, man. So week 17, it is the final week of the regular season. Von Miller, again, talking trash. We've already played him once. We did pretty well. I'm going to try to intimidate him. He knows what I'm capable of. I'm a gunslinger. I might fumble a little bit. I can throw some touchdowns. I'm reminding him this is the start of his great decline. So he's saying, like, talking tough. We'll see what happens on the field. Our only goal is to beat Von Miller's Broncos and have one or fewer turnovers. Now, mind you, I am in the running for Rookie of the Year. I'm at the top of the list right now. Ahead of Hollywood Brown. All you got to do is have a good game. It should be mine to lock up. But this Broncos team, man, despite Joe Flacco, the defense is good enough to carry them. They got a couple of pieces, a couple of playmakers. But I'm believing in our squad. I think the Raiders have enough to get the job done. But the question is, can I stop turning the ball over enough to get us out there? Now, for the AFC playoff picture, here's what it's looking like. The Browns are actually going to be in the playoffs for the first time in a really, really long time. We are nowhere close to that because we've officially been eliminated from the playoffs. So this is all about pride and really just trying to pad my stats to go ahead and get that Rookie of the Year. Now, the first pass goes to Antonio Brown, and that one goes deep, about 20+ yards. First and 10 again. Across the middle, we got AB yet again, and Antonio Brown, not injured, not fumbling, but holding on to the rock. First and 10, we're doing so well with throwing deep here to Lance Kendricks. Kendricks is going to hold that one in. He's going to be down inside the 10-yard line after a 23-yard gain. Play action fake here. It's looking pretty good. We're keeping it on a bootleg. We're going to go through the middle to the right, and no one is going to stop us. Rushing touchdown number 1. I'm feeling like a lot more coming right now. Now, we get the ball back. They give us incredible field position. But look who sacked us. Von Miller. You already know we're getting a text message. Even if we beat them today, we're getting a text message from him reminding us that he destroyed us pretty early on. Still a 7-point lead, rolling to the right-hand side. We got a guy in the scramble. We're going to find him. That's AB, and AB is into the end zone. So we got a rushing touchdown. We got a passing touchdown. And right now, the Broncos, they don't know how to stop me. I'm feeling really good about that one. So it's a 14-point lead. Getting the ball back. Still here in the first quarter. I'm almost tripping over my own guy. Racing after me. You already know what happened. Another fumble. 10 fumbles this season. It's way too many if you're asking me. Now, Denver ends up getting 17 unanswered points. Obviously, my fumble is what catapulted that. But look at your boy. Von Miller's trying to get me. I say, not so fast. Oh, man, take your goggles on and look at this one real quick. Another scramble. My second rushing touchdown of the day. Third total touchdown. And I'm back to clicking and looking pretty good. But look at AB streaking. AB's got about 5 steps on his guy. We're going to loft it to him. He catches it. He's into the end zone. Another Antonio Brown touchdown. Look, just like that, we're back in the game. AB's in the zone in the first half. I'm accounting for 4 touchdowns, which is great. Denver, again, has not scored since my last touchdown. A quick pass to AB is not going to work. But look, we got plenty of time to just milk this lead, get a couple runs off, get a couple good completions, and milk the clock again. But as you can tell, the pressure is big. Parks comes through his first sack of the day. He's reminding me, like, look, I'm coming for you again. That's his third tackle, first sack, and he wants more. 11-point lead, still 2nd and 18 after a bad sack. A guy across the middle again, and who else but Antonio Brown. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of getting the first down. So 3rd and goal from the 5. Mid shotgun, nobody with me. Little pump fake. Dropping back a little bit more, throwing one, and it's Jalen Richard leaking out from the left-hand side all the way to the right. And again, I'm looking like a default of Fortnite dancing right now, but still, I don't care. We've got a good lead. Denver has answered back, though. They're down basically a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. I had a couple guys wide open. For whatever reason, I decided to run it, and why am I doing that? Every time I've run it to that side, I have fumbled, and now they picking up. It's a scoop and a scoring for Denver. You gotta be kidding me. I thought my dance moves were bad, but 47 just made me look even worse than what I possibly could have looked. So 35-35 ball again. My bad play. Let the Denver get right back into this game. There's 3.5 minutes left. I've got to get our team into the end zone. I see an opportunity. I find it. I advance in the end zone again. I am on fire right now. The fumbles, not ideal. What I've done on the ground and in the air, remarkable against this defense. But Denver scores again. We couldn't get anything at the end of the fourth quarter, so we're here in overtime at the 9-yard line. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. My X factor is activated, so I should be able to break through the first tackle if I run. Instead, they hit me as I throw and bat it down. We're going to move here to 3rd and 6. Sitting in shotgun, I try to run. I'm thinking I can get through them. I cannot. They end up sacking me. Derek Wolfe gets his 10th sack of the season. It's 4th and 7, which means the field goal comes for us, which you would think is good. They get the ball back. They go down the field and get a touchdown. And John Gruden, he's about had it with his young quarterback's decision making. So Joe Flacco is going to get the best of us here at the end of the season. We won beginning, and I'm just hanging my head because I know that we should have beat this team. But in my defense, right, my fumbles didn't help us at the end of the day. Our defense gave up a whole lot of points. I ended up going 22 for 35, 341 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Those honestly weren't ideal. I got to do better decision making. Derek Carr threw 1 pass today for some odd reason, not exactly sure. On the ground, I went 11 for 105, 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 fumbles, not ideal. Jalen Richard got a couple. Doug Martin had a couple, but Ground game didn't work really outside of my bootlegs. Antonio Brown, 12 catches, 214 yards for 2 touchdowns. Ryan Grant had a couple. Imer Williams had a couple. But we're here at the end of the season. The playoffs, the wild card has started, and Mr. Jack Dorsey wants to go ahead, and Jack 4 wants to talk to us. Says, you did it, Douglas. Wrapped up your first year as a professional football player, and I gotta say I'm impressed. Think about how far you've come in the last 12 months. National title, NFL starter, through the combine, all of that. We build one season at a time. You've laid one heck of a cornerstone. So I get 1,600 experience points. Jack 4's compliments.
Guys, the season's officially wrapped up. Free agency's on the horizon. We've got lots to talk about. But first, it's time for another edition of Believe It or Not.
Hey!
A year ago, we saw a team draft a quarterback with almost no collegiate experience. But to his credit, that quarterback played pretty well during his rookie season. So, Nate, believe it or not, after 1 year, this kid's on track to be a franchise-caliber QB.
Maybe? I mean, the potential's there. But I got to keep it real. I don't know if I've seen enough from him yet.
Call me a believer.
Okay.
The more experience he gets, the better he's going to be. Okay, you asked if he's on track. He's absolutely on track to be a franchise quarterback. It's safe.
Listen, I don't even know what that means. He's a franchise quarterback of the future, but the guy who's going to carry them for years and years to come, got to see more. Come on.
I know. Look, here's how I say it. Regardless, no matter what we say, he's come such a long way since that college football playoff. I'm excited to see what he can do in year number 2.
So there's some positives, there's some negatives, but let's just focus on the Pro Bowl roster for right now. And I'm hyped. I actually made the Pro Bowl roster. You've got to be kidding me. And the beauty of it is, the Pro Bowl is actually going to be playable in Madden 20's Face of the Franchise mode. So I'm excited about this. In the very next episode, you guys are going to see me launch into the Pro Bowl, see what I can actually do in that. Can I win some accolades from it? Can I impress? Can I make John Gruden forget about my really terrible meltdowns at the end of the year? But I'm giving you guys a full look, the entire roster for the Pro Bowl here. I'm just floored that not only did I get to the Pro Bowl, I ended up being the Pro Bowl starter. I have to imagine it's because I threw for a ton of yards. I ended up having a ton of rushing yards. I had a bunch of rushing touchdowns as well, alongside passing touchdowns. A record didn't look good, but your boy's going to the Pro Bowl, and I can't wait to show you guys in the very next episode.